Today's show is all about taking a trip around the world. Have you seen an exotic piece of jewelry and you came home from a trip and you're like dreaming of it and you want to recreate something like that, just a one-of-a-kind piece? There's a very, very unique jewelry store in Door County. It's called Samara Jewelry Designs in Sturgeon Bay, and they are one of the very few stores out there in the country that actually do something called a lost wax casting. So if they can create custom things just for you, make them extra special. Take a look at why this place is so unique.
Samara Jewelry Design started almost 30 years ago here in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. I met Sam studying art at Stout University, and one thing led to another. We came up to Door County where she was born and raised, met her family, and just started designing jewelry for local clientele.
When I custom design with customers, I show them different pieces in our showcase and I ask them questions, and I just keep asking questions until I feel I understand what their taste is. And that is as much what they're saying no they do not like as much as yes I do like. Then when I feel I have the right basis to start with, then I can draw up sketches and then take the next step for carving waxes.
Samara actually starts with a block of wax. It's a high density wax that, for this instance, it's a ring. We drill the finger hole for the ring size, and Samara actually starts reducing this wax until the wax mold is done. The finished wax mold then is shown to the customer for their review. Sam has an example of a finished wax.
This is a wax model I did for a customer, and I have all the little diamonds are set in with a brown sticky wax, but I can actually meet with them, show them their ring with their diamonds in place so they have a better idea of what it's going to look like. From this point, we go into the casting process where this is called spruing up the wax. This is actually a two-piece ring. Both pieces are going to be in white gold, but this is a rubber base that I attach it to.
After the wax mold is put in this flask, we fill the flask with a special plaster of Paris and water, kind of like melted ice cream. When the flask is dried, it goes into this burnout oven, and it's quite scientific. We burn out for approximately 18 hours. It's all computer controlled. So inside this kiln is an actual flask that has been in for 18 hours. It's quite warm right now. This flask then will be put into a centrifugal caster that we'll show you in a moment, and that's where the excitement begins, is where we heat up the gold until it's a liquid and actually shoot it into this form. So the liquid gold is going to displace the area where the wax once was. Once the gold is shot in this flask, it has to cool down a bit, and we literally break the plaster of Paris away, thus the lost wax process. The mold is gone. Then we have the original piece of jewelry in solid gold. And what I do with my metal bench is that all of this equipment is used to actually detail the metal, to fit all the stones, to buff it out, and then under a microscope we're able to set the diamonds and push the gold over to lock them in.
Many of these young people, their parents have been customers for many years. Many of them we made wedding rings for. With our repeat customers, people that I've worked with for years, I know their taste. And whether they're coming up for the summer or they live here, they come once a year. Every year I make a project, pick out a different colored stone that we get in for them, and so it's very much a repeat business once you get to know them.